Hi guys, hope I'm in there. Just been watching somebody on YouTube. He's new to me. I subscribe to him. He's a pretty good guy, looks pretty smart. Outdoors with this guy. And I'm kind of focusing this toward him and toward a lot of other people too, to kind of explain the backwards way I do things. But I watched him and he did a lot of things the way I do things, so there's a couple things that I think he could step up his game with. Doesn't mean he's got to change it. Doesn't mean he's got to listen to me. Doesn't mean anybody has to listen to me. But it might be helpful for him. I've helped other people in a lot of ways, and that was the whole purpose of YouTube, is to help people maybe maximize, in the wood splitting thing, maximize around their wood splitter. The wood splitter doesn't make you a whole lot faster. I mean, a faster wood splitter is good. Maybe a multi-wedge splitter is good for you. I don't care for them, and here are some of the reasons I don't care for multi-split wedges. Number one, when they split, everything goes way out a lot of times, and you're spending so much time going over it, catching it, cutting it, moving it. Then the next thing, a four-way wedge, you see somebody, the next thing they're up, down, a second here, a second there. At the end of you know, your splitting session, you've chewed up a lot of time trying to figure out whether you want that wedge up or wedge down, or trying to pull this piece out that's stuck in there to push this other one through, or the wood splitter wasn't quite big enough to mash everything through the wood splitter and stuff like that. That's kind of why I like a single way wedge. It works real well for me. If I had, I can't really show you here. I don't know what's on, what's not on when I'm doing. I promote the table, but anyhow, if I have a wing coming out here and I want that piece, now I have the table, so go onto that thing. But I'd have to lift it out over and up to put it in the basket. If you're pushing straight through into a conveyor, it might be better, but I don't like the conveyor, because then the next thing you know, you have to go pick the wood up. Now you might be conveying it someplace where you don't have to do that. In that case, you're probably better off. Like I said, this does not work for everybody. But what I promote in a lot of these videos is this table. Okay, this table cost me way back when all of 40 bucks. It's a 1-inch thick road plate on cast iron legs, which nowadays it probably costs you a lot more for that. I like the smoothness of the steel and the way things slide across it. I do have 2 bolts in here that, believe it or not, those little bolts, I should probably put a different kind of bolt in there, a carriage bolt or something in there. That hangs me up from time to time, and that takes time. Another thing that came out real good with this table is the space between here, so a lot of crap goes down there, and that's my trash dump for pieces that I don't want. But you see all these people with the wood splitters or with the log lifts. Let me go around this other side. Okay, and it's what they're doing, and that gentleman was doing, and a lot of people do it. I'm not saying it's wrong. Is they have the log lift over there, and they think that that's the only way they're going to do wood. If you push that log lift down and put a table over above it, okay, and then you have a table that comes out and has a wing up, cut that wing off, okay, then you can have that table here. It rolls directly in, and it works pretty fast. So then you're not going around, well, in that one situation, a lot of situations, even Mike Morgan, he'll come up next to his wood splitter, and he's got the bucket so far away, he's got to move the stuff from the bucket onto the log lift. Well, if you're using a log lift as a table, why don't you just make a table? Now, what I liked about that guy, he was using his excavator to pick the wood up and cutting off the ground. Great idea. He was keeping all the mess down there, which he said about that in the movie I watched today. That was real good thinking, or thinking on the same track as mine. But when he came up and dumped that wood that he's already spent all of his time lifting and putting in that bucket, which I mean, I don't have 5 minutes in all this stuff, which I don't know whether this movie will go on before that. But then he dumps it on the ground and puts it on the log lift. Well, he's got a tractor that'll lift that thing up, and most people got a tractor that'll lift that stuff up. So why relift it? redesign around, you know, the efficiency of and the speed of your splitter doesn't always come from the splitter. This is a very small splitter. I'm only splitting a single split, but yet the efficiency going in and going out is where I get my fast times from. You guys know I claim I have the fastest splitter on YouTube, and you saw, if I haven't showed it yet, I split this little garbage behind me, and I think I showed where I only run the splitter about half speed now, because I'm only about half speed. So anyhow, this is kind of show a lot of people that this works good. I mean, I'm not walking around, I got a massive table. You see these people that have those pieces that go, and the next thing you know, the one goes on the ground, the other one here, they're wrestling off and it's stuck under here, and then they're pushing the wedge up. Every time you touch that wood, that lever, that takes time. My lever here is so close, that little bit of time to that lever, that adds up. Don't know that I'm in this video. Anyhow, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to try to top this. I guess I might have been in there. My head might have been cut off. It's a little breezy out today. There's rain coming in about an hour, so I'd like to get this split in here and temporary covered up. These are the wood boxes I make. If you're not familiar with them, there's a lot of videos on that. So we're gonna, I think I'll take you over to the other side, and maybe you can, that'll be my back. I don't know where to go with the best thing. Maybe I'll just sit it back here. Then you get an idea of me pulling it down and stacking it, and it doesn't take too long. So I've already jabbered 6 minutes, but I should be able to get that done. That isn't big stuff, but there's no way that I can pick up the ones that are on this lower, some of these lower ones. I just roll them in. The wood splitter, I'm trying to run it out of gas because I think I got alcohol gas in it, and I want to get rid of that for the winter. So let's see if this old thing will start up. It seems to like that. It likes to choke for a second, then doesn't like it. Oh, Well, we got that split up, but I didn't figure good enough. What time we got here? Just enough time to get out of here. We're 20. Oh my goodness, this thing goes out at 30 minutes. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I didn't finish that, but I gotta go because this goes out in 30. See you later now. Bye-bye.